y'all boys, it's your girl Sophia and welcome to my channel. If you're new here and you like a different type of video every week, then be sure to subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications for a new video every Friday. Happy Black History Month, guys. I can't believe we're already in February. It feels like January took like 97 years. But in today's video, we are going to be talking about colorism. We got a lot to discuss, so grab your snacks, grab your drinks, because I don't know how long it's going to take. Before we get started, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and all my social media links will be in the description bar down below. And also, feel free to comment at any time during this video on your thoughts and opinions on anything that I'm saying, because I would love to hear y'all's perspectives. Alright, without further ado, let's jump into this discussion. Okay, so first things first, we gotta all be on the same page. So I got Miss Google up in here, and she's gonna define colorism for us. Colorism is prejudice or discrimination against individuals with a dark skin tone, typically among people of the same ethnic or racial group. To sum that up, colorism usually happens within the same ethnic group, whether it's Black people, Hispanic people, maybe Asian people. I'm not 100% sure on that, so don't quote me, but definitely in the two aforementioned racial groups and ethnic groups. But that does not mean that a white person cannot be a colorist as well. And to backtrack on that, I'm not saying white people can be colorists to each other. I mean white people being colorists to minorities, because as we all know, you cannot be racist towards white people because they are not a minority. That also being said, you cannot be colorist toward white people because they are not a minority. There's no dark white. And I may be wrong, low-key, because I'm thinking about it, but that's just my opinion, and I don't think that's a thing. So where do we see colorism the most? Two places come to mind automatically. The first is in media, and the second is in preference for Black men. Let's start with media first. In media, you see a lot of Black people being played by lighter skin tones, and everyone is basically a mixed girl with like 3A to 3C hair. And you don't see a good mixture of shades, skin tones, hair textures, and things like that. So in media, they want to include a Black person, but they include the most white looking Black person that they can find. And this is a big issue because a lot of the darker skin tones are not being represented, and that can have a negative effect, especially on young impressionable women who do not see themselves in TV, movies, and so on and so forth. A lot of the times, if there is a darker skin tone character, they're either made to be like the villain or the fat ugly friend or whatever, just in a negative connotation. And again, that just puts a big like weight on that group's shoulders. They're carrying that around. They're like, oh well, is this how people see us? Things like that. So colorism in media 2021 and so forth needs to end. I'm tired of it. We need more TV, movies, everything with all shades, including the darkest ones. Now, let's talk about this whole preference thing, because I'm literally sick and tired of these Black men saying that it's just their preference, that they want a light skin, yellow bone, red bone, whatever they want to call it, because it literally makes no sense. They want to sit here and be like, it's just my preference to have a light skin. No, baby. No. You are a colorist. Say it loud and proud. Say it with your chest, okay? Understand what that means and revisit your thinking and fix that about yourself, because that is actually literally disgusting. The difference between colorism and preference is not even a fine line. Like, you are jumping a bridge, okay? If you refuse to date somebody simply because they are a darker skin tone than what you would prefer, then that is colorism. For example, I'm gonna put myself in this mix real quick. I prefer to date non-American ethnic people. However, I have dated a white Hispanic, a light-skinned Hispanic, and a dark-skinned Hispanic. I prefer to date ethnic people because I feel like people who are American or white do not relate to me as much as people who come from some type of ethnic background can. So I prefer to date Hispanic people, Caribbean people, whatever. But I'm not going to refuse to date somebody, refuse to talk to them that way, refuse to give them a chance solely based on their skin tone. That's literally disgusting, and you need to reevaluate yourself. Colorism is also seen in the makeup industry. Now, within like the last 2 years, like 2019, it has been getting better, but some brands, I don't know like who, because I'm not like a beauty guru, but just from what I see in like my everyday life, some brands are still not there yet, and that's literally such an issue. Why are there 35 shades of white and 10 shades of brown? There's no reason that mocha should be my shade. It does not end here. There are people who are darker and there are people who are lighter. Yes, there's that end of the spectrum, but guess what, boo-boo? Y'all got everything. Like, if you're lighter than me, you have everything you need. The people who are darker than me need to have more recognition in the beauty industry. There needs to be more dark-skinned models. There needs to be more dark-skinned foundations in every launch. Every launch that happens from here on out needs to have a correct shade range. Because I am so tired of people, even when I was younger, because I am not that dark, like obviously I'm not. But when I was younger and I was outside more, I was darker, a little bit darker then, like maybe 2-3 shades darker on like the daily basis. And even I was having issues finding my correct shade at being 2-3 shades darker than I am now. And that's literally an issue. Now that was, you know, however many years ago, maybe like 7 to 10 years ago when I like first started getting interested in makeup. But we've came such a long way and we still don't have that full capacity of darker shade range that we need to have. That is telling these darker skinned women that, and men if they want to wear makeup, that we don't cater to you because your skin tone is not acceptable. And that in itself is unacceptable because everybody should be accepted. Now, I've been talking a lot about colorism and women, mostly because I am a woman, but I do just want to touch on colorism, men versus women. I personally feel like women go through colorism a little bit more than men do, just because like when we talk in terms of the minority, women will be the minority versus men. Women are always more heavily judged than men are. But I'm not going to say that men don't go through colorism as well. When you see a darker skinned man walking down the street, if you get scared, 1, you're probably racist. 2, if you are ethnic or in a racial group that is not white, you're colorist. For some reason, the darker the skin tone in a man, sometimes women too, but I see this more in men personally, they are deemed more aggressive and just put in more of like a negative light than light-skinned men are, and that is colorism. Just because you see a man that has a darker skin tone, that doesn't mean that he's angry, that doesn't mean he's aggressive, that doesn't mean he's gonna hurt you. He's just a man with a darker skin shade. That's it. I want to talk about a personal experience that I have gone through in the workplace. Me and my colleague, another black woman, experienced racism in the workplace. We both experienced that. Microaggressions, disrespect, them like looking down upon us or like feeling like they're looking down upon us simply because we're black. However, she is darker than me, and I've noticed that the person that was being microaggressive towards us was treating her even worse than they were treating me. And that's why I say you can be racist and colorist and not be like and a minority. Like, you can be white and you can still be racist and colorist at the same time. They were yelling at her more for like little things, even the same things that I were doing. I wasn't getting yelled at for it. They were talking about her hair. Obviously, not obviously, but her hair was a different texture than mine. She had 4B to 4C, I think, and we have to wear our hair in buns, and sometimes, you know, her hair, she had to do it a different way in order to get it back into a bun, or it would look different, or sometimes she would wear a wig, and they were always giving her shit for things like that when she can't control it, or she's doing the best she can to like look uniformed. But they never said anything to me when I wore my hair down or whatever. They only said things to her, or only had a problem when she did things like that. So that's an example of a white person being racist and colorist at the same time. The last thing I want to touch on for today is light skin people, mostly women, but I'm including men as well. Y'all need to stop acting like dark-skinned people and you have the same traumas. You do not. Yes, you guys both experience racism. As a black person, as a minority group, I have experienced racism. However, like I just said in that story that I told, darker shades will have it worse than you do. Stop trying to gloss over a brown skin, dark skin, whatever you want to call it. Stop trying to gloss over their experiences just because we all go through it. Stop trying to all lives matter these people's experiences. If they said that they got bullied because of their hair, don't be like, oh yeah, me too. Because baby girl, no, you did not. You did not get bullied for having pretty curly hair. These people who have 4A to 4C, they were literally bullied because their hair wasn't pretty, or was nappy, or because they wore weave, protective styles, braids, wigs, whatever it was. They literally got bullied for doing that, and now everybody is trying to be like them. When they're speaking, when they are expressing themselves, it's quiet, ain't no back talk. Stop, because it's annoying, and I'm sure they're tired of it, sick and tired of it, so stop. That's it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Feel free to comment anything you want to comment down below. Your opinions, if you agree, disagree, or any other points you want to make, because I love to learn new things, new perspectives. I want to hear it all. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and all my social media links will be in the description right down below. You can also check out my other videos. I will be linking a playlist in the comments down below. Make sure you turn on notifications for a new video every Friday, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!